Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. Is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines, and it is incredibly early in the morning, but Dallas, aka Darth Datamine, aka the Star Wars guy, aka Big Sal, called me up and said we finally got the brand new Galactic Legends as the resident Galactic Legends hater. I'm excited. I instantly hopped on, went to the forums, checked it out. We got Galactic Legend Maul, guys. Galactic Legend Maul and Galactic Legend Kenobi. We were all speculating. Basically, every YouTuber made a video. Is the Maul icon doesn't mean anything. I was over on Ian's channel a while ago. We speculated that maybe Maul would come to the game as a new character, but we didn't expect Galactic Legend Maul and Kenobi. So we're going to go through the kits from the forums. We're going to also do, as you guys know, there are 6 characters data mined. 2 of them happen to be Galactic Legends. But at the bottom of the forum page in a separate post, there are 4 reworks. So we're going to talk about those 4 reworks over on the Star Wars Guys channel after this. So if this is the first video you're watching, go check him out after. If you're coming from his channel to watch mine, thank you for joining us. I'm going to hop right in because obviously there's a lot to talk about. So Maul, we're just going to hop in basic, physical damage, obviously. All that good stuff. Can't be evaded, which is nice. Apply Revenge, which is a new debuff to enemy. Can't be resisted or dispelled. And this new debuff, Revenge, if this character attacks them all, deal 10% damage to health pool. And you're going to notice a theme here. I quickly had to read through the kit because obviously I just woke up. I didn't want to be a chum here with the Star Wars guy, not knowing my stuff. Lots of Maul's kit has health-based damage synergy with other characters, which I find interesting. We'll talk about how that is interesting in relation to the General Kenobi that's coming out. First special, I think this is My Apprentice, unless I have the thing backwards. Yeah, My Apprentice. Grant target ally Apprentice, then call them to assist. Obviously, there's a new debuff as well. Well, not debuff, a new buff. It's one of those purple ones, I believe, because I can't see it being a buff that would be shared in other teams, so it's got to be like Courage or something like that. It's a unique buff to a certain leadership. Apprentice, reduce all cooldowns every time Maul uses a special ability. So that's pretty nice. There aren't a lot of characters in the game who that would be good on, but we'll talk about that in the Star Wars Guys video, actually, about one of the reworks. We have another special, Ruler of Mandalore. Maul and target enemy gain stand alone. This is kind of like if you guys have played the Heroic Sith raid, when you go against Traya and you want to get rid of her stacks of whatever it's called. You kind of go into like a one-on-one, remove all buffs and debuffs from both characters and reduce both characters' turn meter to 0. Now this is interesting because at least with some stuff in his kit, but also, I just imagine Maul is going to be a quicker character, or else this mechanic doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because why would you go into the Ruler of Mandalore standalone state and not be faster than your opponent? So we're hoping that means Maul has a pretty fast base speed. As a Galactic Legend, obviously he's going to be quick. But will he be quicker than GL Kenobi? We'll find out. Remove all buffs, debuffs from both characters, reduce both characters' turn meter to 0. I think in the Heroic Sith raid, correct me if I'm wrong, standalone is like a 3-turn thing, so I can't tell if it's going to be a 3-turn thing here. Do you have any insight on that? Did I miss something?
I think it is 3. This to me really feels like the Moff gating ability as well. It kind of has that. We don't gain anything back like we do with his, but reducing the turn meter to 0, that feels like that Moff Gideon controlled the situation a little bit.
And I really like that the kit seems based entirely on how his character was rebranded for Clone Wars and Rebels. We have Ruler of Mandalore. Yeah. You're basically 1v1 me, bro, which is awesome. Apprentice, because he never really wanted to call Savage his brother. Revenge, which is basically the whole arc of his character, is in his basic ability. It's pretty cool. Oftentimes I give CG a lot of flack for not having characters who are necessarily lore based in their kits. I know it's a game and they have to do certain things, but I really like just how his kit kind of stays true to his character as a whole.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let me scroll down here. Sorry, they uploaded this in the worst format ever. Leadership ability. I know how to speak English. I'm tired, but we can get through this. Shadow Collective, again, love that they actually named the ability something cool. And this is where I think the kit is going to be really interesting because he has synergy with Scoundrels because of the Shadow Collective, not Sith. So unlike C, who I'm sure you know, just you throw Sith in there and it works, I'm hoping this is throw Scoundrels in there and it works. Scoundrel allies deal 50% less damage and ignore protection when called to assist, which seems like a detriment. But Scoundrel allies have a 25% chance to assist whenever Maul uses an ability. So they're going to be called to assist frequently, but they're going to be doing less damage, which I guess is nice if, like, some characters I would imagine would be doing this health-based damage, like Maul. Maybe new characters will come out. Maybe they'll have, like, pikes or something like that to go with this kit, I would imagine.
Yep.
We already have a lot of Scoundrels, but we'll see what they do in that sense. But good to know that it's not at least like 50% more damage and ignore protection when called to assist, or else, basically impossible to kill these people. But and then the unique, what goes on in here, I think that's, my lore is a bit spotty. Is that what he was talking about when Savage first met him? Was he talking about like the real war or something? I don't know. I need to rewatch Clone Wars. But
I'm a little. It's been a while since I've seen that arc.
Yeah.
As well.
All right. So the text reads: Scoundrel allies have 25% reduced tenacity stacking, limited force stacks every time their health falls below 100%. I guess that's to be they're crazy or something. Why would you reduce your own tenacity? But in turn, they gain 20% speed stacking, max force stacks. So you're trading speed for tenacity, which means
that's similar to kind of what we see with ferocity. We trade one thing for thing.
But like, who are Scoundrel allies that like are good at them? Like Nest, for example. Like Nest relies oftentimes a lot on having big tenacity.
Yep.
I mean, obviously these are subject to change. I hope that part changed. I mean, I kind of like the ferocity aspect of it, how it's like a give and a take.
Yeah.
And I guess it leaves some room for counter potential if we can figure out high potency teams to take these guys down, because if we go back up to his leadership ability, the Shadow Collective part, when allies are called to assist, Scoundrel allies, they ignore protection and deal health damage, as well as where is it? I don't even remember where it was. Somewhere in his kit, he does a lot of health damage, ignoring protection.
On his basic with when he drops Revenge, if the character attacks Maul.
Oh, back. I see.
Deal 10%. So it's almost like it's not.
Oh my god!
It feels like that kind of.
Oh my god! It makes perfect sense now. How did I not see this? Oh my god. Okay. It's gonna be pretty obvious when you talk. Okay, let's just. Everyone remember, if this character attacks Maul, deal 10% damage to health pool. I want you to go through, open up the GL Kenobi kit, read it out, and then over on your channel when we talk about the reworks, it makes sense now. Okay, take it away, Big Sal,
All
aka
right.
Darth.
Now, one last thing I wanted to say was, I feel like when Kenobi came, GL Kenobi, we were all hoping for kind of fallen Anakin, but we got Maul instead. But
that's a good point.
I am pleasantly surprised. I'll say I think that's a good kit. I think Fallen Anakin's a cooler character, but who doesn't? So.
But I like how it's like the eternal enemies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I can appreciate that.
And another thing is, I'm noticing these GL kits feel a little bit simpler, which I like. I don't like opening up, Sith Eternal Emperor's leadership ability, and it's this long. Like it's.
Every Zeta you add is another paragraph and a half to read.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I can't memorize that for 200 characters, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So stuff's always gonna get left out, or it's gonna take me 3 years to figure it out, and by then there'll be 5 other GLs. So anyway, GL Kenobi, yes, basic, deal physical damage equal to 25% of Kenobi max protection, and dispel all debuffs on random Galactic Republic Jedi ally. And feel free to chime in with any thoughts on any of these as I go, or we can kind of talk about it more at the end. Special, that's called Guardian. Deal physical damage to target enemy. All allies gain protection up equal to damage dealt. That's interesting. Special, Protector of the Chosen One. This is a second special. Grant target ally the Chosen One buff for 3 turns. This cannot be dispelled. Increase that ally's turn meter to 100%. Now, Chosen One means you can't be damaged, so you get that damage immunity. Deal 100% more damage, and if attacked, reduce all enemies' turn meter by 5%. So
now, that's interesting.
basically, you're going to want to avoid hitting someone with the Chosen One buff, for sure. Leadership. Allegiance to democracy. Democracy! Galactic Republic Jedi allies recover 10% health every time a Galactic Republic Jedi ally counter attacks. Okay, and then all. Am I saying? I feel like I'm saying Galactic Republic a lot. That's correct, right? It's not Grand Republic.
Yeah, I think it's
geez.
GR. I think that just means Galactic Republic.
I'm going nuts. Losing
It's
my
like
mind.
the Kiata Mundi kit.
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna.
But we don't have a tag for it, so I think that just means you have to be. I mean, we know what it means. Maybe we're getting a tag. I feel like that would be easier.
Kind of like Imperial Trooper versus Empire, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Keep going.
All GR Jedi allies have 50% increased offense whenever they fall below 100% health. So that's the last part of that leadership ability. I'll read that one more time. Jedi allies, all Galactic Republic Jedi, I'm just going to abbreviate to Jedi. Jedi allies recover 10% health every time a Jedi ally counterattacks, and all Jedi allies have 50% increased offense whenever they fall below 100% health. Very cool. And then unique, of course, it's called Hello There. GL Kenobi takes an immediate turn at the start of the encounter. So that's kind of like, Watt. So that's...
I like that because it allows him to use... I find it interesting how... And that's just because I like lore more than I like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I'll be honest.
Yeah, same.
I wish they would do this kind of cool stuff more. Kenobi has Chosen One, and it's kind of like the GL is like the master, and Anakin, obviously, we know is his apprentice. Anakin was a Chosen One. But over on Maul's side, he has apprentice. It's going to be really interesting to see which character is going to be the like go-to de facto apprentice / Chosen One for each of these. I talked to Ian a couple of minutes ago before we got this thing going, and he was thinking it was going to be Cam. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you can't take Anakin away from Padme. Gas has its own team. Do you see anyone but Cam being the Chosen One?
No, I mean, I think it has to be that.
Especially because,
also, there could be, whenever we get GLs, we often get, an extra character or 2 or 3. So I think you're going to see a team of GL Kenobi, Cam. I think those will be the obvious 2. And then possibly 1 or 2 new characters, and then maybe a 5th that kind of is probably already in the game, but may reveal itself to be more powerful, especially with these reworks we're going to be talking about as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be... I guess we can spoil it at this point. I think it's either going to be Ayla or Kit Fisto, maybe Mace Windu with the rework. We're going to talk about that on your channel, of course. So if you guys are still here at this point in the video, drop a comment, tell me how excited you are, and then immediately go watch the Star Wars Guys video so you can be up to date. Obviously, a bunch of these videos are coming out.
We decided to kind of split the data mine into 2 videos, so it's a little bit of a scavenger hunt for you guys.
Yeah. Did we miss anything? I don't think so.
Well, then I have to ask, which one are you going for?
Okay, I talked about this with Ian. I was just messaging him this morning when this came out. Luckily for him, he's an hour ahead of me, so he's not as tired. But I think once we actually get the official requirements list, if Cam is a requirement, there's no chance in heck because it would take.
It's gonna be.
I feel like it would be because then they would just, but they can't monetize Cam because you have to be in a certain guild at a certain GP for a certain amount of time. I feel like if Cam is a requirement, it's going to drastically reduce.
Like a Cam pack or something,
Like they drop, well, then that would defeat the purpose of all the people who spent years grinding Cam, all the people who just got their Relic 7 Cams. And I feel like most things they do to benefit the people who spend lots of money, their core. Because I was watching some videos for other mobile games, and they say the games are kind of entirely funded on those core whales. And I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
if they dropped cam packs, I mean, everyone would buy them, especially for GL Kenobi. And I feel like that really undermines all of the like work and the dedication that their core whales have put into the game. So for that reason, I really, really, really hope that cam's not a requirement. I'm totally fine with him being like a character that makes the team better, and I understand that if I get GL Kenobi, I'll never have that cam. Like literally, I may never ever have that cam.
Or maybe maybe he's a requirement in the sense like like for Sith Eternal Emperor TIE Bomber at 6 stars or 5 stars or whatever it is. Maybe it's like you just have to have cam unlocked. Maybe you don't have to have it.
Oh, like Relic
7.
7. How would you feel?
That would be a little more obtainable. I mean,
Yeah.
Galactic Legends are not meant to be obtainable for early game players at all. So,
But like for the
it
account I use, I wouldn't say I'm an early. I mean, 3 million GP is still technically kind of early-ish mid-game, but like I have the ability to unlock characters and relic them quickly. I have access to a bunch of gear. Like
Yeah.
I decided to start farming gas like 2 weeks ago, and now I have almost all of the requirements. I just got to get a couple of relics up. So like I could get a Galactic Legend because I have nothing to farm. I'll be honest. Like I did my dailies yesterday.
kinda
I didn't
work.
farm any hard nodes. I just started farming gear. I had nothing to farm. In Cantina, I just farmed like random. I just farmed like not the slicing materials, the like relic stuff.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
I got nothing to do. I need a character to farm. I just hope it's not Cam, man. I really just hope it's not Kiad, Amundi, Conehead. Boop. I probably shouldn't have done that. That's gonna get clipped.
Yeah, that feels like I would agree with that for sure.
All right.
But I also wouldn't be surprised to see him in there a little bit. Now, what about Maul's requirements? Do you have any ideas for him?
Again, not so much. I mean, we'll talk about one of them in your video. Another quick spoiler: Savage Press had a slight rework that works kind of only with the Maul kit. I would imagine he would be in a requirement. Maybe like old Daka, or not old Daka, but like Mother Talzin had a big part in his arc. Count Dooku.
I think either way, for either one of these requirements, you're going to need a Relic 7 General Kenobi.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
He could be with Maul. He could be for Kenobi, obviously.
Do you think we'll need an old? I mean, obviously we all have old Ben Kenobi, but do you just think he'll be a requirement because he ended up being the one killing him at the end in the Rebels? I would imagine.
Yeah, probably, and we've needed him for other GLs as well. So
Yeah.
if you have like, I'm blanking on which one you actually need him for.
Is it Luke?
I guess it is Luke. Yeah. Or no, maybe you need him for Jedi Knight Luke, and then you need Jedi Knight Luke for Luke. So I think that's what it is, and he has to be Relic 5. So I mean, if you already have him, many people are already going to have him at Relic 5. I think it's Relic 5, and so if it's Relic 5, then you're done. If it's Relic 7, it's just a little bit more to take him there. So
yeah, but other than that, I'm not sure who else would be. I mean, obviously, maybe Sidious. Sidious would probably be one. Another use for Sidious.
You could probably need Kira, so tying into that solo cameo at the end where they talk.
Oh, that's a good point. I like that. I completely did not think about that. That's a good point. Maybe they add a couple of like Shadow Collective, like the Pikes and the Black Suns and stuff like that. That'd be a quick way for them, like a marquee character. So that way we have to wail on a marquee character, and then we have to wail on all their gear and all their relics and stuff like that.
There's usually one like that for each Galactic Legend. Like for Sith Eternal Emperor was Admiral Piet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanking on who the others were, but there were others as well. For Jedi Master Luke, it was Jedi Knight Luke, so that wasn't a marquee character, but
a legendary.
That was also one that you needed to get. That was a little, you had to do some work to get him. There's always one though, so I think we'll have maybe a couple new characters coming that we don't know about yet.
Yeah. All right. Quickly before we wrap up this video, 30 seconds on the clock for you. Let's say we know that we're going to get a legendary character that's going to be a Maul or Kenobi requirement. Who is it? Why is it awesome? Go.
A legendary requirement that we
like a new one, like a legendary that doesn't exist. Not requirement, but maybe helps the kid out. It's like Bam, like is useful under whatever lead that comes out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I could see actually him being used under Kenobi with that not Kenobi, Maul with that scoundrel stuff and the damage immunity he grants. But a new one, I don't even know. Especially don't know in 30 seconds. Do you have any ideas?
Off the top of my head, no. Maybe like
Yeah, I
Mother
mean,
Talzin reborn from Rebels, or I don't know. I'd just say like a Pike or a Black Sun. I don't know if there needs to be
yeah.
a
I mean, I
marquee.
like that too. It's we're getting to the point in the game where it's like, who don't we have? Like, we have the whole like, the
Maybe
poster
like
of like every Star Wars character. That's pretty much what this game is.
maybe like Gar Saxon gets a rework, but it's like the new Gar Saxon or the old Gar Saxon from when he was with Maul, and he's got all the cool kit. He's got the sniper rifle, and he's out here just murdering
Yeah,
fools.
or maybe we get a new Gar Saxon. That would be hilarious to have two Gar Saxons in the
Two
game.
Gar Saxons,
That'd be
the
just
good Gar
hilarious.
Saxon and the Gar Suxon. That would be
Yeah.
funny. He'll end up
I
being like
imagine
Han
being a new
Solo.
character and scrolling through and being like, Gar Saxon, who? Like, if you're not a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, this guy must have been important. There's two of them. It's like
Yeah.
the Han Solos. There's like 8 of them at this point.
Yeah. Do you remember that Grand Arena Championship where there was like a buff to like using all Hans?
Oh yeah. Use 5 Han Solo like Hans.
Yeah,
And
that was like, and like when you did that, dude, they got buffed to the extreme. Like, it was like instant win.
that would have been fun. Too bad. I think I only have 2 Hans. I think I only have Stormtrooper Han and actual Han. So I don't think I
Nice.
could have participated in
Well,
that.
that's kind of important too, I suppose.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this video up. If you guys are still here for whatever reason, why you just listened to 22 minutes instead of actually reading the kit reveal yourself or checking out the Star Wars Guys video, which we're about to record, this video will take me like 3 hours to upload because life sucks. But go check out his video. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you later.